I'm Reese and welcome to the kitchen. Today we're in Dallas again in my kitchen and I am going to make a milk chocolate souffle with nougat whip. I've actually never made this recipe before. I saw it in a magazine and I am making it for my mom's birthday dessert, which she's been sick, so her birthday we're celebrating a week late. So I hope it turns out well. It looks really good and got some great reviews. So let's make this souffle. The ingredients that you'll need to make the souffle with nougat whip: you'll need sugar, salt, amaretto. I have it in a little water bottle here. You'll need eggs, honey, whole almonds, chocolate of your choice, whichever chocolate you like the most. You'll need it chopped up, and you'll need heavy whipped cream. The equipment that you'll need is you'll need a mixer, a Cuisinart to chop the almonds, a large bowl, metal to heat and melt your chocolate over warm heat. You'll need a 1/4 cup measuring cup to measure your almonds. You'll need a measuring cup. You'll need measuring spoons. You'll need a pot that you can put your chocolate over to melt it. You'll need a spoon. You'll need a spatula. You'll need 2 bowls because you have to separate your eggs. So you'll need one for your whites and one for your yolks. You'll need a baking sheet or a cookie sheet so that you can toast your almonds. And you'll need souffle cups or ramekins. I'm using my ramekins here. And that's what you'll need. So let's get started and make this souffle. First thing we'll do is we'll toast our almonds. So I've measured out a 1/4 cup of almonds. They need to be chopped and roasted. So I've got my Cuisinart here. I'm just going to put in my 1/4 cup and chop them up real quick. So they're pretty well chopped. So then I will just spread them on the cookie sheet. And I will put them in the oven under the broiler, and I'll watch them very closely. Don't ever leave it unattended because they will get brown quite quickly and you don't want them to burn. Okay, let's start on the souffle part. I have 6 ounces of chocolate here in my metal bowl that we will heat over water to melt. So to this you take your heavy whipped cream, and we will do a 1/4 cup. And we will put it in there, and we will heat it up and melt it until it's nice and smooth. My water is now boiling and I'm melting my chocolate with my cream. Stirring it constantly. Watch out for the steam so you don't burn yourself. You can see that my chocolate is melting. You want to stir it until it's nice and smooth. Make sure that you put enough water in the pot below that you're not going to run out and it's going to burn your pan. And also don't put too much so that it does not boil over and spray all over you. That's not any fun. So I'm pretty much melted here. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my heat. I said, you want it nice and smooth. Get all the chalk chunks out of there. And to this, as soon as it's all melted, I'm going to add 1 egg yolk, save the white, and a little less than a pinch of salt. So your bowl will be hot on the bottom, so when you take it off, put it on, don't put it directly on your counter, just put it on. So my chocolate is nice and smooth. So now I am going to add my 1 egg yolk. And this makes 4 servings, so you can always double it if you are doing more than 4. So there's my egg yolk. I'll stir it in. And just 1 little teeny drizzle of salt. And there is that part. So we'll set this aside for a minute and whip our egg whites. Okay, for this part of the souffle, you'll need your mixer. You'll need 3 large egg whites, which I've already measured out or broken up here. So I am going to beat these to a soft peak. Okay, as you can see, my egg whites are now at a soft peak. It probably took about 2 minutes. You can see soft peak. Now I am going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I'm going to beat them again until they are a semi-firm peak. Okay, my egg whites are now a semi-firm peak. So I'm going to now try to get that off. Get all the egg whites off the beater. And there they are. And I have my chocolate here. And I'm going to take about 1/4 of the egg white and put it into my chocolate, and I'm going to just gently fold it in here to incorporate it in. Gently fold so you don't lose the stiffness of the egg whites. Get all the chocolate off the sides. So when you've got that pretty much mixed in there, go ahead and add half more of the batter, or the egg whites, and fold those in. Be patient when folding. I know it's easier to stir, but you want it to be fluffy. And then add the rest of your egg whites and fold those in. And it will take a few minutes, so just keep folding. Okay, I've now incorporated the egg whites. You'll see that it's now got a very different texture. And at this point, you can either fill your souffle dishes, or you can put it in the refrigerator uncovered until it's cool, and then cover it, and you can store it for up to 2 days. So you can make it 2 days ahead of time if you need to. So I am going to stick this in the refrigerator for a little while, and then we'll fill our ramekins, our souffle dishes. I let my almonds cool after I toasted them, And I just put them in a little dish to add to our nougat. So we'll now make our nougat. I have 1 large egg white at room temperature here. And we're going to put this in the mixer and we're going to mix it until it is a soft, firm peak. Okay, it's now a soft, firm peak. So we are now going to add 1½ teaspoons of honey gradually. So I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. This is going all over the whisk. So I'm going to turn it off real quick. I had some extra packets of honey, so I'm just using those. So now I'm going to beat this again to incorporate all the honey, and it will be about another 3 minutes till it forms soft, firm peaks again. Okay, I've now got soft, firm peaks, so I'm going to switch out bowls here. You can use the same one. You can just, if you don't have 2 bowls and 2 whisks, you can always take it. For some reason this does not want to come off. You can always take it out and wash it real quick. So that's what mine looks like. So now I'm going to put this one on. Okay. I've now switched out bowls and the whisk. So I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. And I've got my amaretto here. And it is 1 tablespoon amaretto. And you're going to beat this until it looks like whipped cream. It's firm and looks like whipped cream. My whipped cream is now done. So I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to, along with the almonds, I'm going to fold my whipped cream into my meringue. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the almonds in there. And there's not very much whipped cream, so I'm just going to gently fold. Like you did with the souffle, just get it, fold it lightly. It's kind of hard because there's not very much of either. But this is just to accent the souffle. It's not to like cover the whole top of it or anything. So there's all my whipped cream. I'll put my almonds in there. Fold it. And then once everything is folded in, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. You can put it in the refrigerator for up to 2 hours. And that's what it looks like. I need to chill it, and you can chill it for up to 2 hours. So I'll now put it in the refrigerator. I'm now going to show you how to prepare your souffle or your ramekins. So I have a ramekin here. I'm going to take a pat of butter, and I'm just going to heavily grease it. Make sure you get all the way up and onto the sides. You don't want it sticking the top. So you heavily butter them. Jackson heard the word butter and is coming into the kitchen. He loves butter. And then you take some sugar, and I find it easiest just to do this over the sink or a bowl. And I'm just going to put some sugar in there, and I'm just going to twirl it around. Make sure it's totally coated. And dump out the sugar. And there's your bowl ready to go for the souffle. Okay, I'm now ready to cook my souffles. So I have taken my ramekins and my souffles, and I filled them about 3/4 full and put them on a baking sheet. And I will now put them in the oven and bake them for, I think it's 18 minutes. My sheet has disappeared. You bake at 400 for 18 minutes, 16 minutes if the souffle was not chilled, but mine was chilled. So I'm going to put it in the oven. My souffles are now done. I've taken them out. They took about 18 minutes. You can see they're well puffed. So I am now going to serve them. And I've got my nougat cream here. And I'm just going to plop some on there. And they're ready to go. So enjoy. I know we will.